welcome here to Albi for the French Drift Championship. It's already the last race of the year in this month of November, and yet I'm here in short sleeves here. It's 20 degrees in the south of France, and I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that the weather's going to hold out this whole weekend. In this episode, we're going to be talking about technique, and we're going to be talking about tires. This is the one most important element for fairing drift. We're going to be going around the track in the Mustang, the car for the Uniroyal Drift Championship. We'll also be meeting up with Laurent Cousin, who was in second place the last time. We're going to be talking about qualifications, we're going to be seeing the finals, but just up, we'll be seeing what happened in Ardennes last month. Last time around, we were in Ardennes on the Pôle Mécanique, the old aerodrome for the Uniroyal. We had a great show going on, and there was no safety issues because of the great setup we had. We were even having this time on this track kiss the wall, where the drivers were going around just scraping right up against the wall. And Benjamin Boulbès did the best job in the qualifications. No, it really wasn't easy. The asphalt was different from what we're used to. The clipping was really hard to get into, especially the third. In the final, we had Subika Kubukawa up against Laurent Cousin, and she won. So, of course, Cousin got his kiss. Here with Mike Kaufman watching from third place and Boulbès in fourth. I promised it, so here we are with Laurent Cousin, really a very important element here in the paddock. He cannot stop himself from being silly all the time. Now I hear him saying, "I love you" in my ear. This is, a really great guy, but he's very mischievous. Always sitting around doing little drawings on his colleagues' faces. Now you're going to get to know him. At 43 years old, this Parisian got into drifting thanks to a friend who sadly has left us since then. I'm here thanks to Mumu there, you see. It's thanks to him that I got to know what drifting was. He's the one who really got me into this. Without him, I wouldn't be here. And I owe him everything. Everything I have and everything I know how to do, it's thanks to him. And he definitely knows how to do things. This great element in the paddocks is a ruthless opponent. Furthermore, he made second place this last match in Ardennes, just after our charming guest, Sumika Kubukawa. It was great. Everything was just a lot of fun with her. It was just great racing with her. Actually, if she's watching, Sumika, it was really great souvenirs. A real charmer and a jokester on the paddocks. He's a friend of everyone around. I have no enemies here, Even when we're racing, when we're together, up against each other as opponents, we're still friends. I really like this kind of family atmosphere we have going on. When we have a problem or, the cars aren't working. Behind the wheel of his BMW M3, his driving can be qualified as very aggressive. He loves mechanics, but he's really not a hands-on kind of guy, except maybe in front of the camera. Is the tire pressure good? Yeah, definitely. How much you putting in? Then I'm going to be testing out some semi-slick tires here. I wanted to put on normal tires, but they got too hot. I'm putting in 3.5 bars, and I can tell you, I'm not scared. I'm going to show you what real racing is. Yeah, this is really going to be something to see. Everybody else, you can already go home because there's no point in staying here. So as you can see, our Parisian friend is always joking around, but always smiling. Here at Albi, he got fourth place, and most of all, he was helping out his friend Nicolas Delorme, who could still be the champion at the end of the weekend. This time, for drifting techniques, we're going to be talking about tires. This is something that's going to make it possible for you either to win or to lose. We're going to be meeting up with the racers today to talk about their techniques, their problems, and the solutions they've found for them.
Les pneus sont la seule partie de l'auto à faire le lien entre le pilote et la piste. Leur importance, leur gomme et leur réglage, c'est-à-dire leur pression, sont des éléments à ne négliger sous aucun prétexte. Plus la gomme sera tendre, plus le pneu va se détériorer mais l'adhérence sera meilleure, donc plus de grippe. Dans le sens contraire, une gomme plus dure favorisera la glisse tandis qu'elle sera plus handicapante pour la motricité. Mais il faut ajouter à cela la pression d'air et là, chacun y va de son propre avis.
Raphael, can you tell us what kind of tire you used today for the training session? Today we used a pretty classic tire, something with rubber, really good quality. But for the competition, we're going to be using semi-slick tires to really have the best motricity. It really depends on the weather, if we're going to be on something that's wet or rather dry. We're either going to lower or raise up the tire pressure, depending on the weather. And of course, after that, it's going to be how fast we're going to be going around as well. Either we're going to be on a track that's really, technical, or if we're going to be on something that's really, really fast. We're going to be doing a lot of different tests to see which is the most adapted to the kind of track we're on. So we're going to be doing a lot of different tests for size. It's usually has a lot to do with the weight of the car, balancing it, and if you want more weight in the front or if you have more weight in the back. Between wet and dry tracks, once again, we have different opinions. Logically, when it's raining, we would have to raise the tire pressure to make sure that there's less contact with the road. But once again, the leader of this championship will with a technique that goes against this. If it rains tomorrow, the technique's going to be really complicated because I think that we will not have time to go around before the qualifications. So what I'm going to do is go around with a tire pressure that's much lower than what we're doing today. And after that, we're going to have 3 laps around, and the outcome, we'll see what it happens. As you can see, each different racer is going to have his own opinion of what needs to be done in order to get a better drift going. Obviously, racing, the driving, the aggressiveness, each driver's way of being one with the machine. All of these things are elements that are going to determine the final result. Here at Albi, it's a really unusual place with a really long, straight accelerating line that can go up to 120, 130 kilometers per hour. And also a lot of really sharp turns, which is unusual, but you really need a lot of technique, asks for a lot of dexterity. I think the more agile cars will have a big advantage, but the drivers will obviously be the most important element. To go around the track that I've just described to you, we're going to need this from the Mustang, and a little surprise, it's Ludovic Rilly. It's a surprise because his car is broken down, so we're going to let him borrow the Mustang. So it's a surprise here for Ludovic Rilly, who is used to getting in on the right side of his car, the Nissan. Here he has to get in on the left side of the Uniroyal's car, the Mustang. First gear, second, third, 120, 125 kilometers per hour. Here we go, first clipping, left exterior side. Transition here, watch out for a clipping. Ooh, it's slipping out a little bit into the gravel box. A really tight hairpin here on the left side with clipping here. A little clip on the outside here again towards the finish line. Here we have some practicing that's really intense, really serious. The drivers had a really hard time with this unusual zone on this track. The starting speed is pretty much around 120 kilometers per hour, and after that it's really, really tight and really long. They really had to practice a lot. There was a lot of discussions between the judges and the staff. The first will be meeting up with the 32nd, the second with the 31st. You know, it's really important. Tricky qualification, but very important to establish the top 32. Here in the top 10, we have our best racers. In 10th place, we have Laurent Cousin. 9th place, we have Jeannin. 8th place, Peter Van Horik. 7th place, Romain Soukas. 6th place, Jérémy Germain from Montauban. 5th place, congratulations to Mike Kaufman. 4th place, Nicolas Delorme. 3rd place, Thierry Dubois. A great second place for Buisson. And our first place qualifier, Benjamin Boulbès. 8 BMWs out of the top 10. You're really going to have to think about this when you're preparing your cars, guys. I really needed these 2 laps for the qualifications to prepare my car from yesterday. You know, we already had a taste of victory when we finished second place in the King of Europe. Really enthusiastic ourselves. So, you know, we're going to try and stay positive and see maybe, you know, why not? Maybe a title for the championship tonight. Training done, qualifications, that's done. Now it's time for the battles. The racers lining up one against the other, first leader and then follower, changing positions. Then at the end of the battle, there's obviously one happy guy and one very miserable other one. What happened during the battles? After a show of the drivers in front of the crowd, the national anthem, the top 32, here we have the battles with Benjamin Boulbès chased by Peter Van Horik. So it's a great show, lots of smoke for these 2 drivers. At the end of this first round, Benjamin Boulbès is in the lead, 7-3. Really aggressive here, following Benjamin Boulbès on the tail of Peter Van Horik. It's really, really smooth, a nice line for both of our drivers. Really giving a nice show for the crowd. It'll be 6-4 for Benjamin Boulbès, qualified for the semifinals. Nicolas Delorme, really fast as usual in his BMW, followed by his friend Mike Kaufman. Both of them are on the podium for the championship classmen. It's really close, but in the end it's Nicolas Delorme who's winning 6-4 on this first lap. Second lap, both of our drivers still really attacking. You know, these 2, they really know each other by heart. They're used to driving together as opponents. Nicolas Delorme here coming in 6-4, which means the judges have asked for one more time. Nicolas Delorme really hanging on here. This could be his second place in the championship that he's playing here. Nicolas is second, Kaufman is third. Always really smooth. It's really wonderful to watch. Nicolas Delorme is in the lead, 6-4 in this match. Really difficult to pick out one of the drivers here. Let me remind you that this is really important to figure out who is coming in second in the championship. Here we have Nicolas Delorme here in the front, in front of all of these spectators. He wins 6-4, and yeah, he is qualified directly for the championship against Benjamin Lopez. Thierry Dubois here in his Nissan S13 in front of David Meunier, who had an excellent race this weekend. Meunier, who also was able to get his pro license. Dubois in the lead, 8-2. This time, David Meunier is our leader. But we can see that Thierry Dubois' experience is really paying off. He's staying a little bit pulled back, doing a good job, coming in 8-2 on the first lap. So obviously he's coming in 6-4 on the second. Laurent Cousin attacking here up against Zanato. BMW up against Mustang, the speed shop. So the driver of the orange BMW Terrence car, he is able to get in the lead because of Zanato's mistake. So we end up with 8-2 for Laurent Cousin. On the second lap, great job from Zanato here, going really close to the clipping. It's a great strategy. He's really attacking, he has a great line. His car is really powerful, he's able to outdistance a little bit Laurent Cousin. This time around we have Zanato in the lead, is 6-4, but it's not enough. He's going to be eliminated. Right now we have a Benjamin Boulbès, who is the leader in this championship, and Nicolas Delorme second. Benjamin already has the title, Nicolas is already second. This is a great show that they're giving us here, with some revenge here from Nicolas Delorme, who lost before up against Boulbès. On this match we have Nicolas Delorme, who is in the lead with 6-4. Second lap around, still lots of speed, lots of angle for both of these really precise drivers. Here we have a small error from Benjamin. So what are the judges going to say? And well, it's going to be 7-3 for Nicolas Delorme, our grand champion of this semi-final. He was able to eliminate Benjamin Boulbès. Thierry Dubois attacking against Laurent Cousin. Laurent Cousin, who is really close here. It's really always very impressive, the style that he has with Laurent Cousin. Very aggressive. So on this battle, it's Thierry Dubois who's in the lead, 7-3. Laurent Cousin attacking, yeah, it's really precise. Thierry Dubois, who's having a little bit of trouble following, going through the hairpin really well, maybe a little bit large, which is allowing Thierry Dubois to come back. The last turnaround, ooh, we have a mechanical problem here. So we will be ending with 10-0 for Thierry Dubois. Grand finale here, since the small finals that should have been between Delorme and Boulbès was cancelled. Laurent Cousin had to abandon. Benjamin comes in 4th place. Here we have our leader Thierry Dubois up against Nicolas Delorme. We have a really high level performance here. 5-5 between these two racers on the first lap. Second lap around, Nicolas Delorme is getting way ahead up against Thierry Dubois. We have the winner right in front of us. Which one of these two is going to win this race? Nicolas is always very precise. Yeah, it looks like it's really in favor of Nicolas Delorme. 6-4 for Nicolas Delorme, our grand champion. As it turns out, everything went really well. I wanted to stay on the podium. I wanted to at least keep my place. There goes the title, but was that really, the goal? With what I have, the means I have, could we really hope for that? Keeps me going, it motivated me all year. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but, when at least we've given it all we've got, can we hope for better? This is the outcome of a whole season, the end of work from the whole team. I've got people behind me who carried me the whole way, and I'm really proud because, once again, we don't get here by ourselves. The curtains are closing here at Albi for the 7th round of the French Drift Championship. So we had, laughing, crying, everyone, lots of surprises. You followed us this whole season, really had a lot of fun. Our drifters gave us a magnificent show. I can guarantee you that there's a lot of surprises coming up here for 2014. We already know that drift will be a part of the French Federation of Automotive Sports coming up in January 2014. This is opening up a lot of new windows for us, a lot more to share. Our drivers are already meeting up for the 11th of January for the ceremony and the presentation of the championship of 2014. I'll see you soon. We'll be meeting up in 2014.